I think one of the things people underlook is, as a journalist, sometimes, you're like, there's that pressure, like your hair has to be proper, you have to look a certain way. It's just with the industry, it comes with a job description. Good morning, guys. So welcome to another video of Get Ready With Me, and by this time we're going to have story time. I want to tell you guys why I shaved my hair, and we start with skin prep. I've already moisturized and applied sunscreen on my face, and this is the primer for the makeup before I do the makeup. So it's e.l.f. primer. It has niacinamide and power grid. So we're going to start by applying that on the face. And so let's start the story. So I've been shaving since 2018. The backstory, or the story behind me shaving, is when Solai Dam happened, I just don't know what happened to me. And maybe in this video, I will also get to talk about mental health and why it's a priority for me as a person. Let's not even start talking about like my work, why I'm passionate about it, but as a person. So it started in 2018, 9th of May. That's when the dam burst happened. May is my birthday month, so yes, so that's why maybe I've been able to remember the date until today. So I was briefed of the story with the night that it happened. So the following morning, I was like told to like be there mapema. So by around 6-7. So Solai is around 40 kilometers from Nakuru, and it can take you like almost 45 minutes because of the road. Then it could take you almost like an hour to get to Solai. So we got to Solai, and by this time most of the rescue operations are ongoing because the dam burst at night. It had been raining, and so you walk into the place, there's a lot of mud, and the military is there, NYS is there, Red Cross is there, so the rescue operations are ongoing. And for me, I was like, you're just like, though you're driving into a scene, so you're there, you're just like, okay, so what am I going to expect? What am I supposed to expect? And that time I was expected to provide links from the ground when it had happened. So, but then I was braiding my hair. And another thing, I think one of the things people underlook is, as a journalist, sometimes, you're like, there's that pressure, like your hair has to be proper, you have to look a certain way. It's just with the industry, it comes with a job description. It's not like, it just comes with a job description. Like, yeah, so that time I used to braid a lot. I used to try weaving, wigs. I tried wigs, they're not for me. So that time I had braids. I think I had braids on, when the Solai Dam happened. And the thing is with braids, and then I think at that time I had also started working out. So two things were clashing. I'm working out, I'm sweating a lot, and then I have braids on, and then it means the frequency with which I have to change my hair also increased, vis-a-vis now the job pressure also, like to also be changing my hair once, like every now and then. And so I had braids on, and I was just navigating having natural hair and the hassle that comes with having natural hair. So we're getting to Solai, we're getting into it, and then I'm like, hey, we start driving in. First, when you get to Solai, there's the chief's office. Then you start driving in into the place that was affected. It's just within the center. It's not far from the shopping center. And for the first time in my life, I had never seen destruction. I had never seen, like, let me just say, I had never seen death, like at such a magnitude. It was really like a shocker. Like, it's beyond even being shocked. It's like you see a car that has been rammed into a house, and then try to imagine this thing happened at night when people had gone to sleep. And then when you're walking into there, you're seeing like some retrievals of the victims. They're coming out, and you're seeing it's just destruction at a level that my mind could not make sense of. And then I do the links, and then for 2 weeks straight I am in Solai. we have to wait for 30 seconds for the primer to set. So while that happens, I will be prepping my eyebrows. So I use the same powder I use. It's Beauty Creations, the one that I used to set the concealer. So that's what I'm using to prepare my eyebrows as I wait for the primer to set, for Naomi to start doing my foundation. So I was telling you guys, I had never seen distraction at such a magnitude. So it kind of shocked me, you know, like that instant like shock. So in me, I have to also like numb myself, not react, and do my work. And this work meant me going to Solai for 2 weeks back to back. Yeah, back to back, like every day we were in Solai since the incident happened up until when the bodies, like the Requiem Mass was held, and like President Uhuru Kenyatta then and the current president attended the Requiem Mass for the victims. 47 people, 48, 47, you know, data sometimes shifts, but 47 people died in that tragedy. It was one of the most tragic dam tragedies this country has ever recorded. So I'm here working. I remember I've numbed myself. I am not like trying to feel my emotions. So I don't know where I was, but my train of thought kind of ended. So yeah, the Requiem Mass was done. So all this time I'm trying to numb my feelings, you know, just do my work. But this time, like, remember, you're doing a lot of sad stories, and I'm sharpening the eye pencil so that I can trace out the outline for my eyebrows. yeah, you can see the way I have wispy brows, but regardless, we move. So I'm not even like seeing the impact of like the shock that I witnessed. And then for 2 weeks straight, you've been there interacting with families, people who lost their loved ones, the controversies, the politicians. You know, it's just chaotic. And yeah, I'm just there trying to assimilate all of that and just do my work. We finished Solai Dam Tragedy. I take a break, a few days off to, you know, rest from just doing back-to-back coverage. And then in this time, my head just starts feeling heavy. It just starts feeling heavy, like kichwa ni mzito. I don't understand why. I'm thinking it's fatigue, so ninalala. But at that time I had also decided, I was like, when I'm undoing these braids, like I had Afro kinky used to be like my favorite go-to style, because the more inazeka, the more inaka natural. Yeah, so I had Afro kinkies on. They were like the long ones, not the short ones. And then I'm like, nikibomoa hizi, I'll just shave my hair. So I started entertaining the thought of, because I'm thinking maybe nywele ndio mzito kwa kichwa yangu. But si nywele ndio mzito. Mi kumbe I'm dealing with trauma and I'm not even like there yet. Ati sijaishika na hata akili yangu haija register that I have gone through a traumatic experience, and so my body is just reacting to that incident and I'm trying to cope. So nimeenda, nimelala nini, still my head feels heavy. Nimepumzika, nimerudi job, my head still feels heavy. You know, so the outline is there. Don't worry guys, the outline is just a guide. The concealer will come to set everything together. Yeah, so I'm here, I'm thinking, time for the eyebrows. I use this powder. It's inaitwa tu eyebrow powder. Na niliwadanganya natumia sijui Inglot. It's not. It's eyebrows by eyebrows. Yeah. So, I'm there just thinking that when I shave my hair, the head will stop being heavy. And I do my research, and that time in Nakuru, there's this guy called Jimmy J. But I shout out to Jimmy J. He's been my barber for the longest time. We have a solid relationship. When I cheat on him, I tell him, and usually I tell him when I'm like back to his chair or at his premises, and I'm like, Jimmy, I cheated because kilini ramba uko nje. By the way, guys, I don't know what, like when you cheat on your baba, you just have to like tell him. So Jay, he's been my baba since 2018. Of course, he has transitioned me to other people to handle my hair, but at least I've tried to be a loyal, a loyal client. And yeah, every time I cheat on Jimmy in terms of shaving my hair, I have to tell him, or I have to tell the client Baba, who's Kama, shout out to you. Thank you for tapering my sides, and yeah, for this new look, we were trying out something. But anyway, I'm digressing. So we go back to 2018. So I walk into Jimmy's barber shop, and I'm like, yo, I need a haircut. And this time I feel like it's gonna have some sense of permanence, but I'm not yet there. So I'm just like, maybe nitanyoa, then tarudi niseme mimi, hey, that's my jogo trying to overcompete with me. So nitanyoa and then nitarudi pengine nishuke. So I'm still 50-50 about it. And remember, I'm just thinking that I'm just thinking at this time, I just need to release the pressure on my head, because my head was really heavy. It was just I don't know, nasikia tu kichwa ni mzito, and nikinyoa maybe nitafeel relief. Time to conceal. So we're using the Sephora. I use Sephora concealer in the shade 57Y. 57Y. So I don't. Can I do what those content creators usually do? Ooh, Jesus, it's not coming through. So 57Y Sephora concealer, and then I have my brush here to clean up. So I walk into the barber shop. I just want to say thank you, because Jimmy J really handled me quite well. By the way, this is not a paid for content or something, but I'm just being very organic in what really happened and why I shaved my hair. So I walk into Jimmy J's barbershop. That time he was at Masters Plaza. Oh yes, shout out to Jimmy. He's really grown, and I'm so proud of the team that he works with. They're very professional, very good. And I don't know, wink wink Jimmy, maybe this is hint I need some discounts in my next appointment. Yes, lazima ni force a bargain of sorts. But yeah, so I'm digressing. So I walk in, and Jimmy is like, we are cleaning now the eyebrows, guys. So Jimmy is like, okay, karibu nini. And he tells me this. Since you're doing like a chop, like an instant chop, like shwa, what we'll do is we will, I don't know, but I'm just right. I don't know how to multitask. By the way, guys, am I odd, or am I one of the few women who cannot multitask? As in, like, saying a struggle, because I'm feeling like the math in this bro thing is not mathing, because I'm talking and I'm trying to clean. But today we shall try. And yeah. So Jimmy's like, Bridget, let's do this. Let's kind of give you like, we will have to texturize your hair to kind of like help you get used to now your short hair. So, which I think was nice and very professional. I'll never forget how he just made me feel like comfortable, and like, it's not like, alikuwa very professional in the sense of like, unajua kuna wale wanaanza kuwa tu ati yo, at least alinipea advice. Okay, consultation. Does your barber consult you when you are seated on the chair for the chop? Like, does he? Mine did. 2018, yes, Jimmy J was doing consultations like with the clients. By the way, I think he has a lot of female clients. I think endo anakuanga baba wa mama. And I say this is a lot of on a light note, like, but yeah, I think a lot of women here in Nakuru shave at Jimmy J's. Guys, in the comments, let me know if you're in Nakuru, who shaves you, like, who's one of the best barbers. Mwenye amelewa wa mama na vichwa za wa mama really does a good job. I think Jimmy J is one of them. I know there are others, but ningetaka kujua hapo on the comments wangapi wamenyolewa, and if Jimmy was you went to Bisheta Jimmy J's barbershop. Now, enough of my promotion. But Jimmy, umeona? So he does that and he tells me, but let's just texturize here as I'm trying to remove this, to clean up these eyebrows. So we do that, and I'm like, yeah, sure. So we do that, and I get my haircut. And for a moment, I feel relieved, you know. I feel like, yeah, hiyo pressure ilikuwa kwa kichwa imeenda, you know. And it's also like a rebirth of sorts for me, because again, I had really been struggling with finding like my style professionally, the one that will identify me, you know, like kuna those subtle cues and codes within journalism that zinaku-identify tu, watu wanajua tu, huyu ni nani, you know. And by the way, ebu acha tu ni digress story time. So like, I think at that time the guys who were rocking short hair and rocking it proper were like Akina Jane Goiri, and you know, they were having the palmed, I don't know the hairstyle, but the one that the one like you shave and then you do palm, and I don't know. But guys, in the comments, please let me know that hairstyle. But I guess you know it, like the way Jane Goiri used to be identified with that short bob. Yeah, it's a bob. Yeah, the short bob, the palm, and everything is looking put together. I tried that, my friend. That hairstyle is for ikona wenyewe, because that time mimi I'm a Julia reporter just trying to find my way. Where? And then I'm here trying to match ati sasa nijieke na anchor. Oh Jesus! And the anchor, you know, anchors in the newsroom, guys, if you don't know, anchors get perks to look the way they look. And yeah, they get like, I think, wardrobe allowances, they get makeup allowance, they get yes, they salon, gym, like, you know, because they are a brand, na kuna venye wanafaa wakae. Yeah, so sisi wa reporters, kwanza wa ground, you know, omu reporters, we have to finance all of that. And so my experience with that hairstyle was like, never again. I will do it maybe when I grow and my bank balance can afford like every 2 weeks I'm at the salon with retouching, with retreatment, because you nywele, that bob palm, what? I don't know, me ilinionyesha moto. So yeah, and that was at the beginning. I was not really serious about shaving my hair. Like I was dilly-dallying, short hair, not short hair, short hair, not short hair. Yeah, so I do this, and it's kind of a rebirth. And I decide to like, now this will be my new ID, you know. It's my new ID. And yeah, so I have been shaving, and then, you know, your time, unafikiria ati kunyoa, by then now nimenyoa for how many years? From 2018, okay guys, let me count with my fingers, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, oh, it's going to 7 years, wow, hey, now it's become my ID. Yeah, so that time I used to also another mistake I made, like now in my short hair journey, is I used to nilikuwa nakaa. And then that time I was trying to have that mohawk thing of mine. I chopped it off recently just to I just want it to be short kiasi, but I think I may grow it back. Or I'm also in the process of experimenting on what would I look like if I really had bald hair. But no, let me not shock you guys. So let's stick till the end. So I did, and it gave me relief. I felt relieved. Kidogo na feel, ni kama hiyo pressure ilikuwa kwa kichwa, yenye ilikuwa inanifinya imeenda. Little did I know that no sooner had I watu wa composition, tusalimiane hapo kwa comments tafadhali. I don't know if CBC guys are really like used to even revise similes, proverbs, and then you're told ati, hey, lakini watu wa 844 tulikipatapata ati after every paragraph lazima You have to find a proverb that matches that paragraph. I don't even know how like conversational our compositions were, but anyway, it's creative writing, and maybe that's the best our teachers could come up with then. So I realized that it's done something, but it's temporal, and I started, like, 2020 comes and the pandemic is there, and then after that I started doing like stories on mental health. But let me be honest, guys, at this time, remember, I'm not really like sija come to terms now whatever it is that I've gone through, and I'm trying to also make sense of what's happening, in my life and all that. And shaving was just like an external way of trying to deal with the turmoil that I was going through, like the trauma and stuff like that, among other things. Because you see, with mental health, it's not like Solai Dam could be a trigger. The tragedy would have been like a trigger or something that sets the what are they called, the dominoes in motion. Yeah, so that's that's how I found myself. In 2020, 2021, COVID pandemic. And then I do a story, but even in that time, as in, for me, nilikuwa na go through things, vitu tu zinaendelea, unaona, grief nini, then add on matrauma zenye mtu amekuwa nazo, they just in a snowball. So when I think in 2020, sometime in 2020 or 2021, sometime in 2021, I cover a story on children unaliving themselves in Elbagon, and it opens my eyes, because I think at that time, that was the first time it hit me that sometimes tuko huku, we are trying to use other means of dealing with the internal turmoils that we are going through. Guys, nimeweka concealer as a primer for my eyeshadow. I'm also setting now the concealer before I start doing now my eyeshadow. We are doing that to mask whatever internal turmoil is we are going through. Time for eyeshadow. Juvia's Place has been my go-to eyeshadow. I have 3 palettes. This is another one. This is very colorful. This one is very colorful, very colorful. I have really never I think I'm gravitating towards more neutrals, muted versions. And then yeah, so we'll start with this one. I really want to do a lot of like do the brown and more of like these shades, this one and this one. Yeah, so so we are doing, I was saying, we're here, you're here, like you're using external means of trying to deal with the internal turmoil. So 2021, that's where I was. I do that story and it sets in motion something. It sparks something in me. And at that point, I'm just like, whoa, I'm dealing with also like a lot, and it's affecting my mental health. And apart from doing the story, I'm not saying the story affected me, but it kind of helped me. It really like struck a chord with me in a way that I have never imagined, where like as if it was a mental health to me underlook sana as a society, and it's seen as a form of weakness. It's seen as something to be hashed out, so. And I can only imagine, because that story, man, they were young kids, so young. And as a community, maybe the way we've been brought up, maybe because of colonization and even some aspects of socialization, we tend to treat mental health as something that is it happens to others. It cannot happen to me. But let me tell you guys, all of us at one point in our lives will have a mental health breakdown. At one point in our lives, we all have to go through it. Now, the resilient ones, for those who found ways of being resilient and adapting, usually overcome. I think I know maybe guys have been through depressive phases. I've been through that. I can say that proudly so. And this is for education purposes, not to praise or to seem like I am encouraging that, but from a perspective of how do we create awareness, how do we end stigma related with mental health, and the discrimination that comes around it, and so I go through a period where I'm really having it, and what I do is I'm trying to mix the brown and the red, guys, just to it's a transitional shade, and so what do I do? I decide to go for counseling, guys. I decided to go for counseling. And the first time I go, I'm like, sasa huyu ataniambia nini? Yeah, you're there, you're like, sasa huyu ataniambia nini? And the pride just, takes center stage, where you're like, sasa huyu ataniambia nini? But tell you what, those 10 sessions saved my life. They helped me see myself differently. They helped me get to the root of why I shaved my hair. Really, I got my answer when I went in for therapy. And I just want to encourage you guys, it's not something that, ukienda counseling and stuff like that. We just need to debunk and demystify that thing of there's something wrong or you're mad or something like that. It's not that. That's not it. Actually, when you go for counseling, you're really prioritizing your mental wellness, because health, by the way, if you look at the WHO definition of health, it includes mental health. So when we talk about physical illness, mental illness is the unseen side, and that's the most important thing. And that's why we have a lot of motivational speakers trying to tell people how to, build themselves inwards and all that. And I am also there in that perspective. It's not, I consume that content on how can I build my resilience, how can I do that? Because mental health, my friend, is one of the most overlooked aspects of healthcare, and we just need to have a conversation about it. So I did that, and it really changed my life. And about shaving, I just want to say, maybe it triggered or set the emotion that I needed to go and get counseling and get mental health assistance. I'm trying to mix this. How do I show you? Okay, this color is not coloring. Let me see. Yay! Finally. So I'm trying to mix this and this for this part of my hair, of my eye. Yeah. So I'm trying to mix both and see what it will look like. Ooh, it looks nice. Yeah, guys. So prioritizing your mental health, you can never go wrong with that, and it really helps. It helps, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about, counseling, therapy. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. If it's something that we should prioritize, as also we build momentum towards creating awareness and ending mental health stigma and discrimination. It is something that all of us have to go through at one point in our lives, and you need a way to just manage. It's part of being human, and your mental health is important. And even understanding the different types of mental illness is also a way of you also trying to realize that it affects so many people, and so we need to create spaces where it's not a shameful thing, it's not something that should be looked at with disdain or a matter, something that is, not supposed to be, because it's the unseen parts that is really the big thing, So I have loved my experience as you know, somebody who's been shaving all this while, sometimes right now I really abhor. I love how it looks. I love how it has turned out. Woo! Oh, guys, this camera is not showing you what I look like. I really loved how it turned out. And yeah, so it's been really like enlightening. Yeah, I'm trying to brighten it up a little bit. But today is the first time I've tried to do this layering thing of eyeshadows. Wow, it looks nice. I'm trying to brighten it up a little bit. So, wow. Okay. Yeah, so guys, I really want to tell you that when I shaved my hair, it was just a trigger moment, but now I love it. It led me to me getting help, and I have embraced therapy. It's part of my life, and I think even the fact that media houses now are looking into the mental wellness of their journalists, it's a win, you know. And I'll keep creating awareness about it, you know, from even a personal perspective. You know, it's not about that, it starts and ends with work. No, I am passionate about mental health and wellness. And so this, guys, we've done the up until the eyeshadow part. The sun is coming out, so I may look overexposed, but I will show you the final look of what I've come up with today. But thank you so much for being part and parcel of this conversation. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for liking. I hope you will share. I really look forward to you engaging with me in the comment section. What you think about my short hair. I'm trying to grow it. So we decided to shave this time and texturize it. I had a flat one. I'm really contemplating going bald, but not now. I'm contemplating going bald, but yeah, I've loved my experience with short hair. I just love the fact that there are days I can just walk into the shower and release the shower over my body, and you know, I don't feel the pressure, and I don't think I have the time now to sit through a whole session of being braided. But lots of love to everyone who's embracing their natural hair. I am in the short hair gang, and I do hope to welcome other members. Thank you. I'll show you the final look, but remember to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel, and please let me know what kind of content you want to see. Apart from the makeup, I love beauty. I love makeup now, and yeah, fashion, looking good, and all that. And yeah, so let me know what you guys like. I'll see you on the next one. So this is the final look. I don't know what happened, but I somewhat felt that I needed to kind of match my eyeshadow to my lip. So I've done a brown lip with the red ombre parts, and yeah. So guys, let me know what you think about short hair, and please remember to like and subscribe and share this video, and let's keep the conversation going. I'm looking forward to what you guys are gonna say in the comments.